Hello, good afternoon, guys. Welcome to MK Community Brokerage. My name is Mohammed. In this video, I'm going to explain to you about the naloxone training. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to go over some of the naloxone training material with you. This video will help you get educated on what the naloxone training is and how to properly help people that overdose and what's the procedure of correct way of getting certified and everything. So in order to get certified by the naloxone training, the first thing you need to do is basically have going to a 2-hour class. Actually, I'm sorry, 1-hour class. Naloxone training is for 1 hour. It's a good training to know. It helps prevent overdose and you know, they give you a rescue kit which can help save a person's life. There are multiple locations where the course is offered. Obviously, this is one of them. Majority Richmond Court, 359 Hendrick Street. On a certain date and a certain time, you could go there and obviously register and take the course. So this is the introduction of the course. Opiate overdose response training. How to effectively use naloxone to prevent overdose death. Obviously, there's overdose deaths in New York City. There's a lot of people that unfortunately get overdosed by using certain drugs, and the naloxone rescue kit is supposed to use that in order for them to help revive from that overdose. Opiates were the most commonly known drug types, 82% with heroin and fentanyl use accounting for 72% of overdose deaths. Other drugs are commonly found. There's cocaine, there's alcohol, benzodiazepines. It's one of them. Obviously, what happens with the overdose, too many opiate gradually suppress the individual drive to breathe. Once that happens, your breathing slows down and your heart stops, and that's when sometimes fatal overdose happens. Overdose deaths have increased for 6 consecutive years in New York City. As you can see the chart, there is actually a rise in overdose death, and this is hence why a lot of people are getting trained with naloxone training so that they can actually help people out. Rate of overdose death by neighborhood of residents 2016. As you can see, this is where the overdose deaths are going on. As you can see, top 5 neighborhoods where this is going on. 10.1 to 50%. As you can see, the percentage is facts are telling you the facts. Highest rate among Staten Island residents, largest among Bronx residents. As you can see, as of Bronx, Brooklyn, Manhattan, Queens, Staten Island, you can see these two different charts, and it can tell us about how overdose deaths by boroughs are going on. Which drugs are considered opioids? A lot of people don't know about it, but there's heroin is one of them. Tramadol, methadone, oxycodone, hydrocodone, oxymorphone, fentanyl, and morphine. These are all opiate overdoses. Fentanyl is a potent synthetic analgesic that is 30 to 50 times more potent than heroin and 50 to 100 times more potent than morphine. And there's no reliable way to detect it. If fentanyl is present by sight, taste, or smell. Fentanyl in New York City drug supply is illicit manufactured, showing up in heroin as well as cocaine and counterfeit street pills, marked Xanax or opiate analgesic, cuts in and are pressed into pills purchased in illicit laboratories. So fentanyl is becoming really a major issue, and because it's been not only been present in heroin but other drugs as well, which can be very fatal. They're more dangerous than actually heroin. Understanding that naloxone kit. So this is how the naloxone spray should look like. It's 4 milligram narco nasal spray. You use it on your nose. It's a medication whose function is to reserve the effect of opioid. Like I said, it wants to reserve the effects of opioid. Will not reverse overdose caused by non-opiates such as alcohol or cocaine. Only on opiate opiate used drugs will it help. No known negative effects. It's non-addictive. It's no risk of misuse or dependence. May cause withdrawal in opiate-dependent person. It actually helps them out. Not a controlled substance. In New York State, may be carried and administered by non-medical people. So if you go to take the training for an hour and you get certified, you get a certification card, and that means that you are certified and you can carry that with you. How does naloxone works? These are opiate receptors, opioids right over there. And once you use the spray, usually within 2 to 8 minutes, restores breathing and lasts for 30 to 90 minutes. Which means that if a person does not go to the hospital, which is 30 to 90 minutes, you may go into obviously cardiac arrest again, meaning that you're going to stop breathing and you could also die. So best thing is whenever you're in overdose, you need to go to the hospital quick so that they can help you out with professionals. The signs of opiate overdose: unresponsiveness, slowed or stopped breathing, snoring, gurgling, blue-gray lips and nails, gray or ashen skin colors. The sign of an opiate overdose: step 1, check for responsiveness, shake and shout, tell them you will use naloxone, strengthen and rub, try to wake the person by vigorously rubbing your knuckles up and down the front of their rib cage. Obviously wake up, call 911, tell the dispatcher exactly where you are. Obviously tell them, like, the person not breathing, whatever it is, give them description, tell them if you gave them Narcan. Protection under the Good Samaritan law offers protection from charge and prosecution for possession of drugs up to an A2 felony offense, possession up to 8 ounces of narcotics, alcohol, marijuana, paraphernalia offense, sharing of drugs. These are all protection under the Good Samaritan law. Limitation of the law protects only the person overdosing and the person calling 911. Does not offer protection if previous conviction for Class A1, A2B felony possession, open warrants for arrest, or currently on probation, but being on an overdose is not in itself a violation of parole on other crimes on scenes. Giving Narcan, you just peel the back of it, you place and hold the tip of the nozzle just like this, you administer some spray, and repeat it after 2 to 3 minutes. If there is no or minimal response, repeat with a second device into other nostrils. Be very careful if you do use the first one and use the second one. You just let the EMT know as well, because you don't want the EMT to do a triple or quadruple naloxone rescue nasal spray, and you didn't tell them. Always let them know what's going on. So that's one part of it. Overdose prevention rescue kit prevention. The emergency response for opioid overdose is something that you will get once you finish from there, you're going to get it. For resuscitation, if the person does not appear to be breathing normally, you may be one of the followings. If you're trained in CPR, you may do both rescue breathing and chest compressions to help them out if they're not breathing. Obviously, if they're breathing, then you just lay them on the side and just wait for the EMS. Do chest compressions. Place the person on the back if you're obviously trained. And if you're not trained with it, please do not just wait for the ambulance. Pinch nose closed with one hand, make a seal. This is only if you're trained in CPR. Obviously, this is what you're going to be doing, giving rescue breaths and everything. But if you give the nasal spray, your part should be done. If you're not certified CPR, I would recommend not doing anything, because you can make the person worse, and obviously they can come after you legally as well, because you were not certified and they can get in trouble. If obviously, make sure somebody's contact 911. Give the second dose other nostrils. If you feel like the person is not wake up, not responsive, just give a second one. If the person does not wake up fully but is talking or walking, like unconscious type of response, just make sure you keep them safe. You do it in a recovery position, like in a certain way, like I explained to them, like on the side, to prevent them choking or vomiting. Anytime you have to leave the person alone, just make sure you have somebody you can let them know, what, stay with this person, so that they not really get more hurt or anything like that. If the person becomes responsiveness, they may be confused or afraid. Explain to them what they overdose. They may be in withdrawal. Assure them that naloxone wears off. Let them know that it takes 30 to 90 minutes to wear off. Using more drugs is unlikely to reduce withdrawal, but will increase risk for another overdose. Encourage person to receive medical attention. Obviously, let them know. And if they still refuse, just make sure somebody's with them within at least 3 to 4 hours, so that if that does happen, that person could take care of them, or call 911 and let them know what's going on. Obviously, you report use of naloxone to the program as soon as possible and complete an anonymous reverse report. Get a refill of naloxone. Once you, let's say, use the naloxone, whatever training you do, they will give you a card, or they will give you some type of information to contact them to get more naloxone. If your kid is lost, damaged, or stolen, whatever it is, they will give you another one if you lost it. Where else naloxone is available? Well, a lot of pharmacies have it now. As you can see, a lot of pharmacies will say naloxone available here. You can go there, but then again, you have to purchase it. It may cost up to $40 to $50, depending on where you are. Just keep it in mind. There's also an app, Naloxone Basics. If you go on the app, they will show you how to properly do it. Step by step, they give you some information. Does giving out naloxone make people use more drugs? There's no evidence or anything like that. Some studies suggest it's really actually reduction in drugs. Actually, it sends a message to people that they care about the community and builds trust and increase dialogues. Why would someone who isn't currently using drugs need a one naloxone? While relapse is often a part of the recovery process, peer or abstinence increases risk and to protect friends and others. Can someone under 18 get it? As per New York City Department of Health guidelines, there is no age limitation, but minors must be positioned to save a life by administering naloxone, must be deemed sufficient, mature intellectually, emotionally. Other minors not meeting these criteria can be trained but not given kits. A lot of minors might use this in the wrong way, so this is what they're basically saying, that a minor have to be basically be in good standard moral code in order for them to get see if they are going to be using it in a good way. These are some additional resources that I put down. You can always contact for New York City Well, just 24-hour days, 7 days a week. If you have substance abuse for yourself or a loved one, obviously there's other information in email over here as well. This is an acknowledgement from the New York City Department of Health, Mental Hygiene, Bureau of Alcohol and Drug Use Prevention, Care and Treatment. So basically, this is what the small PowerPoint presentation I wanted to talk about, and give you basic understanding of the naloxone is. It's a good course, 1 hour course. You get certified. You get a small card, excellent to put on your resume, and it shows that you actually care for the community and you're going to help somebody out in need. If you know somebody that does some type of drug addiction, you can always help save somebody's life, and it's always a good thing to help somebody save somebody's life. I highly recommend taking the course. It helps out. Believe me, it helps out a lot. Especially it keeps you knowledgeable of what you do in a situation, and you can help save somebody's life. With that said, thank you again, guys, for watching this video, and I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you guys have any other questions, comments, concerns, please comment, like, subscribe. I'll try my best to help you out as much as I can. Thank you again, guys, for watching this video, and again, if you have any questions at all, please let me know. Thank you.